the Bestop Trek Top Pro. That's what we're talking about today. It's gonna be a great episode, so stay tuned. But first, we gotta roll that intro. Is that tire shine? Oh no. No one's gonna take me seriously with tire shine. Clean that off. No one will ever know. So I do a lot of research before I buy something. I'm on the internet looking at forums, looking at the manufacturer's website. I even check Amazon reviews, which are actually super helpful. When I was looking at the Trek Top Pro, I kind of was finding that there wasn't a lot of information. There's videos on how to install it and stuff like that, but I was having trouble finding information on what it's actually like to have a Trek Top Pro. So I figured I'd make a video today sharing with you guys what it's like to actually have a Trek Top Pro. The good, the bad, there's things that I love about it, there's things that I don't like about it. I've had both an OEM soft top and I had the hard top originally on the Jeep. So I can kind of speak from both worlds. I originally started with the hard top and then bought a soft top used, loved it, and just didn't like the zipper in the back. That was the big thing. So I just thought I would give a quick walkthrough on what it's like to actually own a Trek Top Pro. First, it looks awesome. I'm super happy with the way it looks. Before I bought it, I wasn't a big fan of the frame underneath the rear windows. I kind of just figured I'd deal with the frame because of the benefits of the soft top or the top. I gotta say, I don't mind the frame at all. It's grown on me. I think the Trek Top Pro has the perfect slant. I think the Trek Top NX is a little too slanted, and I don't like the squared off back of the soft top. Plus, like, the balloon look of the soft top was really, like, the hard top sits flush with the top of the windshield channel. The original or the OEM soft top has this like bubble look, and it drove me crazy. So I like that the Trek Top Pro sits flush with the windshield. I like that it has I feel like it's the perfect slants on the back. The frame doesn't bother me at all, so that was good. So one of the other things I was worried about was how hard it would be to break down. The original soft top, you just undid 2 latches, you throw the Sunrider back, then you just flip 2 little springs, and then the whole thing would collapse onto the tailgate. You were basically topless in a matter of seconds. And while you do get the Sunrider feature with the Trek Top Pro, I was worried that to go completely topless would be a huge pain in the butt. While it is a little bit more involved than the original soft top, it's not bad at all. I've got it down to about 2 minutes. I'll show a little hyperlapse here, breaking the top completely down, windows, taking the whole top off. Actually, I've got it down to where I can store everything in the back of the Jeep. If I'm out on the go and I decide to take the top off, I can store it right there. The window, the rear glass window, the side windows, the whole top, everything's off. It only takes a couple minutes to take off. It's really not bad. I'd spend about the same amount of time trying to get the soft top, the original soft top, collapsed down nicely in the back of the Jeep. So there's, a little bit more work to it, but overall, I've been very happy. It's not bad. Now, the big, selling point for the Trek Top Pro is that it has all the great things about a hard top, like the glass rear window, but then it has all the advantages of a soft top, like the Sunrider. And I gotta say, that's the main reason I bought it. I got a 3-year-old, and carrying all his stuff around or anything like that is super easy with that glass rear window. I really missed that about the hard top when I had the soft top on it. That was one of the big reasons why I got the Trek Top Pro. And originally, I had to have a hard top. I thought the soft top was gonna be too loud. The second I bought that original soft top used and threw it on the Jeep, and having that Sunrider feature, it changed everything. I didn't want to go back to the hard top. The Freedom panels, yeah, they come off, but it's a huge pain in the butt. They were always getting scratched up, throwing them in the back. I stopped worrying about them. I just got kind of tired of that, especially once I found out how nice it was to have the soft top. I was looking at the Trek Top Pro because that rear window is just it's a pain in the butt with the zippers. Now, I don't like everything about this top. There are some things that leave a little bit to be desired, like the windshield channel at the top above the windshield is loud. I cannot get that to seal. I will say the hard top that I had originally on the Jeep was louder than the original soft top. The original soft top sealed up so nice. The hard top, I had a little bit of wind noise. The wind noise on this thing is it's insane, and I've done any and everything to try and solve it. I think I've got it about solved now, but it's been like a 6-month process of trying different types of foam and adding seals, and just, it's been a pain in the butt. And it drives me crazy when you're driving down the road and you can just hear the wind coming, you know, under the soft top. I know it's a Jeep and it's gonna be loud, but it just kind of gets annoying when you can pull on the soft top just a little bit and it's completely silent. Like, that's how you want it all the time. So that's kind of annoying. But I think I've got it about figured out where it's sealed up pretty good now. I've added some foam, some different types of foam. I've tried like 100 different types. I think I've got the winning mixture of foam now on there where it's pretty quiet. Another thing that I'm not really, it's kind of more an aesthetic problem, is the rear window, the soft rear windows. They say, oh, they're glass rear windows. That to me doesn't matter. It is nice when the Sunrider's back, I can crack those rear windows so that it doesn't balloon back there. I would prefer to just have a solid window that didn't open. Personally, I don't like the look of that. It looks like an RV or something like that. That's something that I've kind of learned to live with. It's worth it, you know, pros and cons. That's just another thing that, to me personally, I'm not a big fan of. The second thing is the hinges. I'm sure you saw that in maybe some of the footage. Hinges are ugly, and they are also, no matter how much you tighten them, one, the pin broke inside of, so I've only got like, you know, 1 or 2 threads on there, so I'm afraid to tighten it too much. Even before it broke, it just constantly, it's just a bad design. It's just literally a nut and a washer sitting there on the inside of your glass. It just doesn't look very clean. I feel like they could have done a better job with that. And also, every time I go to try to take that rear glass out, I'll show some footage of that now, the hinge will actually spin in the glass, and it's a constant battle with that. I feel like that could have been done better. So other than the windshield header, my biggest pet peeve with this soft top is the adjustment for the rear frame. It's, I don't know how much better the system could be. It's a very simple system, and in theory, or you know, when you think about it, it should be great. It's just bolts and slots, and you should be able to move it wherever you need it. But for the life of me, I cannot get that rear frame to sit level to where the window is straight. I look at the website, Bestop's website, and their photos, glass on the rear window where the top of the Trek Top Pro is, I cannot get them to be parallel, and it bugs the crap out of me. Every time I walk to my Jeep, I see this thing, you know, it's like this, and it just drives me crazy. And I've spent like multiple different attempts to try to, like, I've had literally ratchet straps to try to pull the frame down, and then like a broomstick under my arm trying to pick the back of it up and then try to tighten the bolts. It's just not gonna happen. I cannot get it to be straight. It drives me crazy, and it also makes the rear window a little sloppy in the back. Like it should be. It's really tight in the front, and then where it slants down in the back, it's just slack. I just want it to be tight, and I want it to look straight. So I don't know if that's just my top specifically, but it drives me pretty crazy. It's a very small thing, but it, you know, sometimes I let the little things bother me. So while you did see in that hyperlapse that rear window came right out, it's been a lot of work to get it to just slide in and out like that. There's really sharp metal there. I've cut my hand like I don't even know how many times trying to get those windows out. The way that the stitch runs to attach that little piece of plastic pipe that slides into the channel, the way that stitch runs, it grabs the sharpest little metal, and you try to reach up there and fix it, and you cut your hand. It's kind of a pain in the butt. What I did, here, let me show you. All right. So what I did, this is the window, and this is what I was talking about where it sits straight. Here's the piece of glass. It should be straight with the top of the soft top, or the hard top, or the Trek Top Pro. And it constantly just sits like this, and it drives me crazy. And it's not as bad as it was, but it's still crooked, and it bugs me. But here's what I was talking about. Here's this pipe. I don't know if it'll focus here. So this piece of pipe here. And basically what I had to do, this is the piece of stitching that it'll catch on. This pipe slides into the little channel, and this little stitching here will grab this sharpest piece of metal you've ever felt. And even now I've trimmed it, but you can tell it's peeling it back. So I've taken a razor blade and I've just trimmed that off. This originally came all the way out to here. And that makes it super easy. And I've done it on both sides, because when you're taking it in and when you're taking it out. Yeah. Hopefully that's a little tech tip that'll help you out if you have one of these or if you're looking to get one. So I think that's pretty much it. It's a great top. I'm really happy with it. Like I've said, I love the Sunrider feature. That kind of grew on me really fast when I had that soft top. It was just so nice when it's a beautiful day to just flip 2 latches, throw the thing back and drive. I have no problems driving with this thing like 55, 60 miles an hour. You know, it does help when you crack those rear windows so that some of that air can escape. You know, I've kind of abused it. I smashed it on a tree and cracked the whole right side of it, and it leaks a little bit from that, but that's on me. But yeah, I've been very happy with the top. It's been worth it for me to have the good features of the top and deal with the kind of shortcomings that it has. Nothing's gonna be perfect, and I like to tinker with the Jeep, so it's worth it to deal with those little annoyances. All right, well that about wraps it up. If you happen to stumble across this video and you enjoyed it, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here. I'm gonna be making a lot of videos. There's a lot more content on the way. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Seriously, please subscribe. The button's right there. Or there, somewhere. It's right there? I think it's right there. It's red. Just push it. Push it. And if you feel like it, thumbs up. Mailman's coming. Gotta wait for him to go by. First the jogger, then the mailman. The joys of making videos in your garage. Use your garage, it'll be great. Okay, he's gone.